What is up, Chase That Coin family? Shaka Daniel here, aka Chase That Coin. And today I want to answer the question: will Bitcoin Cash, continue to pull back? And I also want to give my opinion on why I think altcoins will moon. All right, so we're going to give it a few seconds. We're going to everybody share this out, hit that like button, and also hit subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can be aware of when we do these streams. Everybody share this out, and let's give it a few seconds and get some live viewers. And I'm going to do the same. Now, we've had some. It's been a really interesting time. I'm going to share this out to Twitter. Everybody, please do the same. It's been a interesting time the last week or so. All right, I just shared that out to Twitter. If you guys could do the same, it would be very much so appreciated. Help more people find the stream. All right, so let us get right into it. All right, so the last week or so has been really crazy. All right, Segwit 2X got canceled. People are talking about still rumors of it. I'm not even going to get into that. Bitcoin Cash, not unexpectedly, because we called this. If you guys tuned in about a week ago, I did a video called How to Trade Hard Forks, and it was for Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And I explained my opinion on Bitcoin Cash, how it would react coming up to the fork. And it did exactly that. It went up a lot more than I thought it did. And that's possibly because of Segwit being canceled. All right. And I don't think people are going to put that much faith into, or that much capital even into Bitcoin Gold. So the next best competitor would possibly be Bitcoin Cash. Now, if Bitcoin Cash, after this hard fork, they figure out what they're doing as far as the block size, whether it's going to be, they're going to keep it up high, or whether it's going to be able to change really quickly, because right now sometimes it clears out blocks really quickly, and then sometimes the blocks get built up and the pool becomes really backlogged. So if they do figure that out, I do think Bitcoin Cash is going to be a top competitor to Bitcoin, especially because, let's just scroll down. All right. Now, a lot of these altcoins, I do think that some of them are promising, but a lot of them, they don't really do anything right now. A lot of them do the same thing. Now, some of them are spinoffs of Bitcoin, but with a lot of changes. Now, Bitcoin Cash would be a spinoff of Bitcoin, but it would still be very close to Bitcoin. All right. It would just essentially be a change of the block size. So that it would be kind of very almost Bitcoin, so that's one of the reasons I think it's going to stay at the top. In itself, I do think Bitcoin Gold will be top 50, maybe. Yeah, about top 50, definitely. But I don't think it's going to be up there like how Bitcoin Cash is. I think Bitcoin Cash is going to stay top 10 or maybe even top 5 for a while. But I do not think it is a good time to get into Bitcoin Cash right now. So when we called Bitcoin Cash was about $600 or $700. And I said that just in anticipation of the hard fork, a lot of people were going to start to accumulate Bitcoin Cash. Now, the way that you trade it, there was 2 ways you could trade it. I'm not going to get into that. I did a video about that last week. It's called How to Trade Hard Forks, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, but I personally think that Bitcoin Cash does have some pullback. It may temporarily push up here because, let me move this from behind my head. Right here, we may push up, all right? On the 4 hour, it is looking like the bulls are going to come back out and see exactly what's going on. Let me get a closer look. Okay, I would need to see how this candle is going to close. But this candle, it looks like it's going to close bearish. So if this candle closes bearish before under both moving averages, I'm going to expect Bitcoin Cash to come lower. All right, now I would expect to be looking to. I would start trying to look to pick up Bitcoin Cash at 0.1536. Um, I wouldn't jump into Bitcoin Cash right this second. I personally think it's going to come down. But the ideal spot to get Bitcoin Cash is at 0.080. That's like one of the ideal spots to be looking to get Bitcoin Cash, because it would have pushed up and then it would have had totally retraced. If it comes back down here to this purple level, that's a total retrace, and it may become bullish again and break all-time highs. So that's my opinion on Bitcoin Cash. I don't think it's a good time to get in right now. And let's look at the daily real quick. Yeah, on the daily, it is definitely not a good time. I wouldn't get in right now. But the good thing about this is, if you guys aren't aware, let me pull up the chat and see, or let me just check the health of the stream. All right, we got a few live viewers. Everybody hit that like button and subscribe and turn on post notifications as well. All right, so, but the good thing about these wicks right here are that when the market creates these long wicks, and these long wicks can't be sustained. So if you're ever in a cryptocurrency, right? If you're ever in a cryptocurrency and the market pushes up like this ridiculously, take your money, even if you're not a trader. And this is not financial advice, but that's just a strategic play. Take your money and reposition, because the market cannot sustain this ever. It doesn't sustain this in any market. Now it may push up a lot and then pull back and then, close up here and maybe flag down a little bit and then push up. But it usually cannot sustain these big moves. But the good thing about this pullback is the market will eventually look to fill out this wick. So even if the market pushes back down to 0.08, where I would be looking to get in preferably, but we may not get that. We may only get a pullback up to maybe 0.15. But if we do get the pullback to 0.08, I would expect the market to easily push back up and look to test the strength of this, because what this is symbolizing is that there's a strong resistance here, and since it is representing a very strong resistance here, the market is just like, we could compare it to, in this situation, we could compare it to a child that isn't listening or that doesn't listen. You tell the child, don't do that. And when you turn around, just because you told him not to do that, he does that. So the market is saying, the market is the parent that's saying, don't come over here. And the market is the child, and the market is going to eventually look to come and see what's over here, even though, the market is symbolizing that this is an area that it doesn't want to be at. So I'll be looking for some pullback in Bitcoin Cash, and I'm going to be looking to get into a position for Bitcoin Cash. I'm not into the politics of which one is going to win. I'm not into that. I am honestly not into that. I am into holding coins that I believe in. I am also into trading coins that I personally don't believe in, but they have a lot of upside. And people probably don't understand that the idea is a bad idea yet. And I'm not saying that about Bitcoin Cash, but that's how I trade most altcoins. Some of them I might not believe in, and I may see a flaw in it, in the idea of it, whether it be the business model or just maybe the way that they're executing. I may see a flaw, and I may be like, okay, this isn't a bad idea. But people are very bullish on it, and they don't see this yet. So I'm going to take advantage of that. And people, they're fighting over which one is the real Bitcoin, which one is going to win. I'm not into that. I'm not really into that. I'm going to hold Bitcoin. I did sell off my Bitcoin Cash to get more Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the one that I do believe in long term. more solidly as of right now, but I will get a position, especially if it pulls back down here, 600 and all that. I may get a position to hold long term and a swing position. So I'm not gonna let my enthusiasm for Bitcoin take away a great opportunity in Bitcoin Cash. And that leads me, let me check the chat real quick. What's up? What's up? Jay Smooth, Crypto Millions, Mike Rizzy, Crypto Quay, Not Fresh, William, Mr. Z. Yeah. What's up, guys? What's up? I'll take your questions. I'll take your questions in a little bit. Everybody go hit that like button and go share this stream out. I hope the stream is good. I'm trying some new settings, and hopefully the quality of the stream is pretty good. But that my last thing that I was talking about, it leads me into, in my opinion, I think altcoins are going to moon soon. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to moon this month. I'm not saying that they're going to moon next month. I do have an altcoin that I do think is going to moon next month, and I will be doing an in-depth look at it a little bit closer to their rebranding and the product launch and different things like that. But in my opinion, alts are going to moon, and here's why. One of the reasons is because of the feud between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. All right. I think that the feud between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, it can create a couple different scenarios. Excuse me. Now, one of the things that could happen is there could be a pot of money, right? And this pot of money, it could keep being swished back and forth, or hot potatoed, or passed back and forth between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. And yeah, a little bit of new money comes in and makes the pot a little bit bigger, but not as much money would come in as if there were one coin. So since there's two coins now and they're battling it out, people are putting in a little bit of money, whether it be into Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, but they're not putting in as much money. Or if they are putting in a lot of money into Bitcoin, I think that they're gonna start to transfer it into alts. So alts, I think people are going to be like, okay, the upside is in alts right now. While Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash swishes the money back and forth and fights over it, it's going to panic people at first, but then people are going to realize, like, okay, all the money is doing is moving back and forth. So it's not leaving the cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin, the Bitcoin brothers are just fighting right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to let them fight over there, and we're going to continue the cryptocurrency barbecue over here with everybody else, and we're going to eat over here while you guys fight it out. All right? And whoever wins, wins. But we're going to go eat over here. And that's one of the reasons that I think. Another one of the reasons is because the way the alts reacted during the Bitcoin Cash push up. Yes, some of the alts did move, but a lot of them didn't move down viciously. So that just shows that a lot of people still aren't willing to sell off their alts for Bitcoin Cash. So there's just multiple reasons. And the third reason is that a lot of these altcoins are at really, really good levels. Let's look at one that I'm bullish on right now. Let's look at Monero. Well, Monero had a push up. Let's look at Neo. Yeah, let's look at Neo. All right. Now, as we can see right here, Neo is still at a really good level. Now, this is a level that I've been calling out for Neo. Wait, let me get this right. Now, this is a level that I've been calling out for Neo for a while. Now, it's at this level, right? We're getting consistent bullish action, all right? We're getting consistent bullish action at a good level of support. Yes, we do have a push-up, a slight push-up. I'm nothing to be too excited about, and then a slight pullback. But the way that I trade, I use moving averages as a form of support and resistance as well. So we got the market close to or at 2 levels of support. We got a confirmation of a bullish crossing. All right. And even though Bitcoin has pushed down and Bitcoin Cash has pushed up, the alts are just sitting there and watching. You know, they've gone down enough. And yes, they can go down a lot more, but they've gone down enough. The people that wanted to get out of alts, they've gotten out. All of the drama is gone. They've gotten out. The people that want to get back into alts, they haven't gotten back in yet. All right. They haven't gotten back in. And let's look at the total market cap. 209 billion. Like, in my personal opinion, in 2018, I would not be surprised. Oh, before I skip to 2018, another reason why I think altcoins will move. And I know this isn't super in order as far as my thoughts, but I don't like to write things down because it messes up my flow. I don't want to seem like a robot. I just want to flow and go my honest thoughts when they come to my head, and I'll change them around if need be as I go along, but as they come to my head. But Bitcoin futures are going to come soon, right? With more institutional hands or money is going to bring more manipulation. You see how people are talking about gold being fixed and gold being this and gold being that. What led up to that is more and more institutional hands within gold. Now, any market that is worth something that is really valuable is going to be manipulated. If the market isn't being manipulated, that means the powers that be, or whatever you want to say, they don't care about it. They think it's not worth anything. So if the market isn't being manipulated in some form or fashion, then it isn't valuable, right? But when futures and different forms of derivatives and things of Bitcoin come, right, that's going to bring more manipulation. That's going to make it easier for them to possibly suppress the price or short the price down. When that happens, where do you think people are going to come to? They're going to run back to alts. Why? Because alts aren't going to have the institutional hands in them yet. The alts are still going to be like grassroots, like what we're doing right now. Bitcoin will have more of an institutional hand in it. Now that's a good thing, and it's a good thing and a bad thing, you know. But Bitcoin will have more institutional hands in it. So when that happens, and once people, mind you, most of the people that are in cryptocurrency right now, they're already thinking about altcoin, like, you know, conspiracies and a lot. There's a lot of those type of people in cryptocurrency. There's nothing wrong with that. You could think whatever you want, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. But imagine when institutional hands are, once those people actually know for a fact that institutional money is in Bitcoin and there's derivatives and all kind of things. They're going to be screaming conspiracy like crazy. And then they're going to go back to things that they feel like don't have the institutional hands in it. You know, like Litecoin and like Neo and Monero and Ethereum Classic, until, you know, those are a bunch of reasons why I think altcoins are gonna get ready to moon soon. Hold on, let me check the quality of the stream, and then I'll take you guys' questions. All right, we got a few live viewers. Everybody hit that like button, share this out, guys. Hit that like button and share this out. And I'm going to cover some of your altcoins, and then we're going to call it quits. Let's do Lisk because I haven't done Lisk in a while. Wait a minute. Okay. Lisk. So this is going to temporarily be behind my head while I zoom out and get the overall. All right, so ideally you wanted to get into Lisk, when it was pulling back. You wanted to started to maybe dollar cost averaging after support was broken here. Um, Now, as far as a trade, I think Lisk is, as far as overall, I think Lisk is very bullish. As far as a trade right now, um, I wouldn't get into Lisk until we had some kind of a pullback because it is up. It is up a good amount. And we are extended away from the 7 moving average. We are extended away from the closest level of support. We might possibly have some pullback around this area just because of this is a previous pivot point. So we had a pop and then a change of direction, and so a pivot. And this may prove to be a small level of resistance. All right. So I personally would wait for a trade. I would wait for some pullback. I would wait for some red candles. After the red candles, I would look to enter on the red candles and hope for bullish price action. If I get the bullish price action, I continue in the trade. If not, I set a mental stop loss. I use mental stop losses. I advise my students to use actual stop losses, but I use mental stop losses because when it pulls back into my stop loss, I want to reanalyze what's going on. I want to analyze is Bitcoin pushing up? That's why it's pulling back. Is there some bad news? Is another altcoin like Ethereum booming, and are people selling off to get in and they're going to come back? So I want to reanalyze. That's why I use mental stop losses. But I would wait for Lisk. But overall, I'm looking for Lisk to pull back above its upward trending line, or probably not pull back above it right away. But I would be looking for it eventually to push into it and to test it as a form of resistance. But before that, we have a lower level of resistance at 0.00134973. So Lisk has some areas where it could pull back. G-Byte. So I gave my opinion on, hold on. Okay. I gave my opinion on Byteball a few videos ago, and I said that I think that Byteball is a cool technology. I think that what they're doing is cool, but they had to get past the point of people that got the coin for free that just wanted to sell it off. All right. So maybe it's at that point. Let's look. I really need to plug in my wireless mouse because I hate this mouse pad. All right, so yeah, um, Byteball might be at a point where the people that wanted to get out have gotten out. All right, and see, this is the funny thing about the using the moving averages to enter. If you're using the moving averages to enter, we may not get a bullish crossing until a day or two later here. So if you enter after you get a bullish crossing, so blue above red, you're putting yourself at major risk. So this is the candle that I would be looking to get in on, but this isn't the point that I would be looking to get in on. If you do get in on at this point for Byteball, you're gonna have to have a strong stomach because hold on. And a lot of people, a lot of traders don't have that stomach because you're putting yourself at minimum a 20% pullback before it could continue pushing up. At maybe like at medium risk. Okay, wait, I gotta add it back. Maybe at medium risk, you're risking almost 40% pullback, and it could go lower. So getting in right here wouldn't be a part of my trading style. I would wait for pullback, but this is a beautiful level for Byteball. And like I said, the people, Byteball, when a cryptocurrency is given away for free, people look at it as free money. So the people that are looking at it as free money, you need to get those people out. They need to sell it off, celebrate, oh, free money, free money. And then the people that are doing the research and are like, wait, that's a cool technology, and this coin is pretty cool. When it dips down to a certain point, then those people are going to swoop in and they're going to pick it up because of the fundamentals. All right. And then at the bottom, traders are going to pick it up because of the technicals. So this is a good zone for IOTA, but I wouldn't personally get in on this candle. I would either hope this candle pulls back down to the starting point, or I would hope that it closes where it's at, and then we get a big red candle push down, and then I would start buying in that candle. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button. So I've been doing some thinking. I think I'm gonna go get some glasses because this isn't good. I shouldn't be squinting like this all the time. Also, we're gonna get some moderators. I'm gonna make some moderators. At the end of the video, I'm gonna add a few moderators, some people that have been here for a while. You don't have any lists, so stop talking about lists. I don't have any lists at the moment because I sold off in a swing trade. I do think Lisk is bullish. Like I said, I made a lot of people a lot of money from my Lisk calls, maybe a month or two ago, maybe like 2 months ago. And I am bullish with Lisk. And most of the coins that I'm going to talk about, I don't have. I'm just this is me analyzing for the community, for people that are in my community and want to see my opinion on the coin. And mind you, this is my opinion. Do not take this as financial advice. I'm loving the ETC chart right now. I am loving the ETC chart. I don't personally love the ETC Twitter account. I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way sometimes. But I do like ETC. And I also don't like that Cardano is like a thing. So I don't know. But there is a lot of space. I mean, not that I don't like that Cardano is a thing. I don't like that Cardano and Ethereum Classic kind of like share some of the same team members maybe. Some people from, so I would be looking to get in a Cardano for a long-term hold first. But for a trade, I love the Ethereum Classic chart right now. It's at a good point. Yes, we did have a big push up, but just like I was saying for IOTA, After that big push up, what would I be hoping for? A pullback, and I would start to get in into the pullback candle. Maybe I would probably start setting some buys a little bit above the moving average, expecting for the market to pull back into the moving average, then push up. So I think Ethereum Classic is very bullish. This right here is probably due to some of they had a meetup or some kind of conference or something like that. So this is probably due to some of that. But I still think Ethereum Classic is very cheap, and they are supposed to be bringing out some things that's gonna set Ethereum Classic apart from Ethereum, so to speak. So I'm still looking for that as well. Once that happens, then I'm gonna become a lot more bullish on Ethereum Classic. I'm more so bullish on Cardano because Cardano has some things that Ethereum and Ethereum Classic don't have. A type of formal verification and different things. But Ethereum Classic is I like the chart. I like the chart. How high do I think Monero can go? I think Monero is way undervalued. Way undervalued. You know what else I think is well, I don't want to show you guys, so I'm not even going to say that. But Monero is undervalued. XMR, right? Yep. So, in my opinion, Monero is definitely undervalued. What time is it? I'm going to wrap this one up soon. Monero is definitely undervalued. In my opinion, this should be following Dash very closely. It has the best anonymous protocol. Now, ZK Snarks, in theory, is better, but it has some little things about it that make it a little bit shady, maybe a little bit. So I would have to, just because the ring signature thing is a proven form of anonymity, so I would have to give it to Monero. And it's actually being used on the dark web. You know, it solved the fungibility problem. I think Monero should be a lot higher. I think Monero should at least be at USD value. I think Monero should be probably the same price as Ethereum, $300 around there. Now from the technicals, that's just my opinion where it should be. But from the technicals, let's look at the technicals. And mind you, XMR is one of the coins that I said in a few videos ago, my top 5 cryptocurrencies for November and December. It was Stratus, Monero, Obsidian, and I forget the rest. Okay. See, this is interesting. We had the pop. Boom. We had the pop at a support zone. I hate this keypad. We had the pop at a support zone. We pushed up. We came to resistance. So when the market is coming down, the market is searching for a level of support. When the market is going up, it is looking for a level of resistance. So when the market is coming down and it's approaching a level of support, we automatically assume as a trader's assumption. Traders have certain assumptions that they expect, or expectations. We expect when the market is heading towards a level of support or resistance, and we expect a reflection. That doesn't mean that it's going to be like ping pong every time it hits this one. It's going to, it's going to turn around for sure and go back up, and then like it's just going to keep bouncing off. But we expect a hit, a pullback, and then we're going to do some more analyzing to see if we can continue to push back up. All right. So as a trader, I make my entry, I get in, it hits. Whether I'm selling on the way up or whether I'm going to sell at a specific point, that depends on my game plan. The market approaches the level of resistance, I expect it to pull back. All right. It pulls back. Now comes the waiting game. I have to wait. Whether I'm looking at the 4 hour, I may have to wait a few candlesticks. If I'm looking at the daily, I might have to wait one candlestick, and then I do more analysis to see if I'm going to stay in my trade or whether I'm going to exit on the next green candle. So you got to have a plan. But Monero already experienced a slight push. A lot of these altcoins are already experiencing what I said. I'm saying it now. In the next few months, I expect altcoins to moon. I expect altcoins to separate themselves a little bit more so from Bitcoin and become like their own kind of like market and moon as Bitcoin gets a little bit more familiar with the traditional investors. All right, so that's what I'm expecting. But like I said, it pushed up, it pulled back. I would expect maybe a little consolidation. Maybe let's look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour would be able to tell me a little clearer. Yeah, I would expect maybe a sideways movement or maybe a somewhat of a little flagging down before a push back up. I think a lot of people understand that Monero is definitely undervalued, especially with the moves that we're seeing from Dash lately. All right. Even though Dash is one of those coins, and if you didn't learn anything from the stream today, I hope you learn. I hope you walk away with this. There are a few coins, right, in cryptocurrency that you can take advantage of or use as, I don't want to say a form of a tether, but use as a leverage or like a counterweight to Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is proven to be one of those. Dash is proven to be one of those. One of them that was low key like that in the past was Bitcoin Dark. When Bitcoin would move down, Bitcoin Dark would move up. When Bitcoin moves down nowadays, Dash moves up. When Bitcoin is moving down recently, Bitcoin Cash moves up. So there are certain coins like this. IOTA has been showing. Hold on, let me do this really quickly. We need updates, but IOTA, there are a few coins that are showing signs of this. So we're going to do a few more coins and then we're going to get out of here, guys. Everybody hit that like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Oh yeah, Strat. Let's do Strat. Strat had a nice pop right there on the 4 hour. Let's take a look at the volume. See the volume behind it. I hate this mouse pad. It irks me. Oh, so that was some pretty good volume there. Let me look at the daily. I like looking at Stratus on the daily. Oh, Stratus is a really good one right now. Stratus is at a really good area, and that's let me take that back. That's if it closes the way it is right now. I can't give you price action. Nobody can't take price action from a moving candle. All right, because it's a shape shifting. It can change shape. It can go all the way up here and close, or it can shoot all the way down. So I can't shape my bias. But we did get the confirmation of a prior bullish move through the bullish crossing of the moving averages. So we got that here. So that gave us a confirmation that in the recent past, we did have a bull move. This is between these two red lines, the solid and the dotted red line. This is where I was suspecting Stratus to be at a level of support. We got a call somewhere back here. I'm thinking it was, yeah, back here with the triangle squeeze. Yeah. A few weeks ago, we got a play back here with the triangle squeeze at the level of support. We got in, we made 70%. Pushed back, it pulled back. So not only did it give us a full retracement, it broke the starting point. All right. And then it gave us another bull move and it's continuing up. So I would be looking for Stratus to close bullish, and then I would be plotting my entry into Stratus. Stratus is a good one. I wouldn't be looking to get in on this live candle though. And simply because we've gotten continuations of bearish moves at the bottom of the zone, the support zone. So we can get into this and jump the gun, but this thing could easily close. It could easily close bearish and easily close in between the moving averages, which some people call it space, some people call it no man's land, whatever you want to call it. But if it closes bearish in between there, I would probably expect a push down. But if Stratus closes the way it is, I would continue to be bullish Stratus. And overall, I am very bullish Stratus. I'm very bullish Stratus because Stratus is doing something that is going to help Bitcoin. Stratus is developing the Tumblebit wallet, all right? And I talked about the Tumblebit wallet, I think like 7 months ago, right? And it still didn't come out. But now they're talking about it again a little bit more. I think they're closer to bringing it out. And the Tumblebit wallet is going to basically give you the anonymity feature that Dash uses, which is a coin mixing feature in a wallet. So you'll be able to use the Tumblebit wallet, have your Bitcoin in there, and anonymously send transactions just like Dash. So when you send your transaction, the Bitcoin will get tumbled first and then sent. So nobody knows who sent who what. So that's going to add a layer of fungibility to Bitcoin, which is going to make Bitcoin very bullish, and which is going to make what? Stratus also super bullish. So, and because I am bullish Stratus, it made me look into Stratus Forks, and that's how I found Obsidian, and I am very bullish Obsidian as well. I know some of you also wrote me and are very interested in Obsidian as well. Let's look at the daily. All right, on the daily, we look like we're at a very, very strong level. All right. And continuously for the last, I want to say for the last few days, it's just been looking like the level of 3,500 to like 3,800 is the area that the market does not want to go below. And the reason this made my top 5 coins to look out for in November and December, along with Stratus and Monero, and I forget the other two, I would have to look at my notes, but they have a rebranding, new logo, new partnership, product launch, and the product is basically a WhatsApp that you can send anonymous messages, videos, all that, and value. So you can send money and everything anonymously within the app. I'm very bullish on this. I think this has a few X's in it. 10X, in my opinion, for this coin would be very small. I know what you're gonna say. You're shilling us all, right? But if this thing pops and you miss out on that 10X, then you're going to be like, oh man, why didn't you tell us? 5 million market cap, right? $5 million market cap, right? This thing is worth 23 cents, right? The circulating supply is 24 million. The total supply is 91 million. Okay, this is a proof of stake coin with master nodes. You need 10,000 Obsidian to make a master node. There's just too many things about this thing that make it super bullish. But you know what makes it really bullish? This thing is worth 5 million, right? Neblio, which is another project that I am bullish on, that is a platform as well. Obsidian is a platform and Neblio is a platform. So you can build things on top of them like Waves and Stratus. You can build that on Neblio or Obsidian. But let's look. Neblio is worth $46 million, and they don't have a product coming out in less than a month. Obsidian has a iOS and Android application, anonymous messenger, that you can send value through, coming out in a month. So I think 10X I think there's a few X's in there. Let's look at the chat. Is the stream good? What's the quality of the stream like, guys? Let's go pump and dump a coin. Nah, man. Pump and dumps. You first of all, you have to be good to pump and dump. You have to have, and then you have to have a lot of people that actually trust you already. So you got to be ready to throw some people under the bus. Let's look at waves. I was very bullish waves with them coming out with the new decks, and you know it was gonna basically look just like how TradingView, how the tools and all that, it was gonna look something very similar to this. The market didn't really react to that. I think one of the things that kind of slowed waves down is because you can make like fake coins on waves. And if you guys aren't aware, during the waves ICO, I did that. So I did that interview, me, Ty, and Leon, and Sasha. So I was a part of that a long time ago. I am very bullish waves, but I think they have a few things to figure out. The trade is looking good though. This bullish continuation is looking very good at this level of support. But you see how I did that, right? I gave you my opinion on the project as a whole, but then I switched and I gave you my technical opinion, because my technical opinion has nothing to do with my opinion of the project, whether I think it's going to succeed or fail. Not that I think Waves is going to fail. I think they have some things to work on, just like everybody else. But I am still bullish technically from the technicals. Now, the only thing that will stop me, only kind of fundamentals that will stop me, my technicals, is if I feel like the project is trying to scam people. If I think the project is trying to do something shady, then I don't care about the technicals. Let's turn off the volume. All right, so we got a nice pullback within waves. After the pullback, we got, oh man, let me put that back. So after the pullback, we got an interesting move right here, which is a fake out. I know some people got faked out. Depending on your trading style, you probably looked at this as a pivot point. So a lot of people probably got faked out here. But the good thing about this fake out is pretty close below it, we got a reversal and a push up above the fake out point. So that shows me that the market is bullish. And what I would do to this is I would just add a line like this. I would add a line, right? I would make it purple to indicate that it's a part of this line, and then I would just make it dotted. All right. And what this symbolizes to me is that, in my opinion, the support level starts here and it probably ends somewhere around here. All right. So all in between here, if the market pulls back, this is the area where I'm going to be looking for confluence to get into the trade. So Waves is looking bullish, but that goes into what I'm saying, you know, from the jump. What's in the title of the video, and I said altcoins will moon soon, and here is why. And there is multiple reasons. The war between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, futures being added to Bitcoin soon, which is more traditional hands or possibly more manipulation, which is going to possibly drive a lot of that money into the grassroots market, which people already know, which is the altcoin market, because the altcoins won't have traditional hands in it as much, and probably less manipulation, or less super big swing manipulations. So all that is just pointing to altcoins being bullish, in my opinions, and the charts are showing that. Oh, I said 10x. No, I don't have any 10x. I don't have any 10x. Um, I 10x is a coin that I would trade. I wouldn't hold. I wouldn't hold it and try to like get the payout, the dividend payout or whatever. I wouldn't do that. I would just trade it because the idea of what the coin is for is just not. It's just not a big enough idea as of yet right now for me. I want to make some of you guys moderators, man. Yes, but if I was saying 10x, I meant Obsidian. Obsidian. I would expect Obsidian to start booming real soon. Real soon. And then because people just think it's an anonymous app right now. It's not only an anonymous app. And even if it was an anonymous messaging app, from the technicals, it is the best anonymous messaging app. But besides that, it's a platform, and that's one of the things that I look to really invest in is platforms, because the dApps you have to be there's a lot more luck in picking the right dApp coin because it's specific to that dApp, and people have to specifically want to use that. With a platform, people probably don't even have to want to use Obsidian, but they might want to use 10 things that are built on Obsidian, which makes Obsidian in return valuable, or Neblio, or Waves, or Ethereum. That scenario applies to any one of them. People could hate Ethereum, but if they want to use 10 things that are built on Ethereum, then in turn, Ethereum is valuable to them, whether they want to say it or not. So that's why platforms are important. And platforms generally they have a lot more upside, and you know they can take the same amount of time to build. Like Gollum is going to take much more time to build out than something like a platform like that just had its ICO or whatever. The platform could be built a lot before something like a Gollum or different apps. Let's look at 10x real quick though. Tenix and Monaco, they make people money, but I've heard some horror stories about people losing a lot of money in these coins, boy. These debit card coins. OMG. Let's do OMG and then we're going to get out of here. OMG. I just totally forgot what I was doing. But yeah, I got to use my mouse because I think they think because they made the mouse pad bigger and added the actual buttons into it that it's better, but it's actually worse. I hate these things. OMG, a lot of these altcoin charts look pretty the same. And the last time they all looked the same like this, they all did the same thing, right? Now, before I say this, we're going to get out of here. In my opinion, yes, OMG is very bullish. Just because we got a bullish crossing here. Now, a lot of people would tell you, oh, we got a bullish crossing. When you get this bullish crossing, get into the market. But if you did that, the day that you got into the market, it pushed down on you a lot. The next day it pushed up and then pulled back, and then the next day it pushed down. So you're kind of almost even on this, with potential to get a lot of drawdown before pushing up. So if you're doing that, please stop. And just in my opinion, don't use this to get into the market. Use it as a confirmation for what you've already done. But OMG, a lot of these altcoins, they're in really good spaces. In my opinion, we are in the same place that we were earlier this year, around March, February. where the altcoins are like this. They're flatlining, but they're ready to go. They're ready to go. And a lot of the things that I named multiple times in the stream earlier are gonna help altcoins moon. So go back and watch the stream if you didn't hear why I said altcoins will possibly moon. I want to get out of here and make the cover art for this video. Everybody, please hit that like button if you found this information cool. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. I take those too. Please hit like and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. Be on the lookout for more videos. Maybe I'll get back on today. Who knows? I'll definitely be back on tomorrow at you guys with some more videos. Please like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications once again. And keep chasing that coin, ladies and gentlemen.